'Cause it's cold outside alone tonight. Nakitanda ni baridi. I'll try to fight, baby, you let me in. Nataka nikushike mkono, but you keep pushing me away. All the ice inside your soul will make me go away. Jukitanda ni baridi. My name is Nasibi. Um, I'm a singer, I'm a songwriter, I'm a recording and performing artist as well. And part-time, I'm a landscape architect. Yeah.
Before we start now this interview, please sing that song. I love you too.
Yeah, I was even telling Ari that I wish I came with my guitar.
I know, no.
Yeah, but nitafanya nitawapigia tu a cappella. Next time nitapiga guitar.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Nasijui nisemeje, and I don't know what to do. 'Cause I had imagined my forever here with you. And I can see you online. Yes, I sent a text or two. I hope you responded. You said I love you too. You said I love you too. Mm-hmm. You said I love you too. Hi.
Oh, how does it feel to have these talents in the house? Okay, so can you tell us a bit about your background and how you got started in music?
Yeah, it's been very, very, very funny and very, very just full of coincidences and nothing that was seriously planned. So I've always enjoyed music ever since I was a kid. Growing up in a household with a lot of older siblings, I was exposed to a lot of different genres of music. So I remember having an elder sister when I was younger. She used to listen to Westlife, Backstreet Boys. I think that was blues. So I listened to a lot of blues during that time. And after that, I listened to a lot of hip hop from my brothers, hip hop and rap. And then after that, I listened to a lot of soft rock. And after soft rock, it was now Afro pop. Afro pop nilikuwa inaanza kuboom. So having listened to a lot of music, I was very inclined to. I just had a musical ear, knowing that this is a nice song, this is a okay song, this is a terrible song. And sometimes I would listen to songs, especially soft rock, and I would tell myself that one day I want to write music that moves people like this, because I would listen to that song. I'm like maybe 12 or 11 years old. I'm not even sure I understand what they're saying, but I'm enjoying the music, and I feel like there's something transcendent that is happening, So since that time, I've always had that musical ear and that love for music. I didn't start writing. I started writing songs very, very early, but ilikuwa ile ya kuandika tu for fun, not anything serious. With a couple of friends of mine back in primary. I think at that time I was same age, 11 or 12, but it was like maybe 10 or so songs. And then I went to high school, didn't join the choir or do anything musical. I was just, once again, just love music from a distance. And I think 2016, I started writing again. Now that was after writing in primary. So I was writing with a couple of friends of mine in high school as well. Once again, nothing serious. Kuandika tu kujibamba, maybe classmates and all. I remember we used to I taught myself how to drum on the desk. So we got my drum tukiimba because now sikuwa najua kucheza any instrument. And more often than not tungeamba tu tunapiga kelele manze tunajaribu kusoma, and then those things from our classmates, all no bad blood of course, walikuwa hapo na ubaya. And after, I remember a friend of mine and I, who's now actually doing law, finishing law school, we had told ourselves that after high school we will come together and we'll do music. But commence high school and none of it really materialized. Yeah, tukaendelea tuna vitu zingine. So that's when I got into uni and chose to do landscape architecture in Jomo Kenyatta University. And in Jomo Kenyatta, I didn't do music at all until my second year when I met someone who was a really, really good guitarist, and I nikaanza kuwa na hiyo chama kucheza guitar. And COVID happened right before I joined second year. And now when COVID happened, I had a lot of time on my hands. So I remember I had requested my mom to buy me a guitar in 2016. And the minute I got that guitar, I think after a month ilivunjika. So, and nikapigia wase wakaniambia it's like 4,000 to repair. Now in 2016, 4,000 was a lot of money, man. Sikuwa nayo because I'm just a high school student. So nikaishia through. So in 2020 is when I came back to that guitar and I was like, I have a lot of time on my hands. And that after doing nitengeneze and then nianze to practice. So yeah, so hapo nikaanza kucheza guitar, nika revisit the song that I wrote in high school. Nikaanza kuandika a bit more, nikaanza kuwa a bit more consistent. That was in 2020. And then in 2022, I did my first single. And since then, nimekuwa a bit more serious in music. Yeah, and now here I am.
Wow,
Yeah.
it's an incredible journey.
Yeah.
You started writing when you were in primary school.
Yeah.
Do you remember the first song you wrote?
I remember the first song. I remember one of the first songs I did.
Uh-huh.
I did it with a friend of mine called Victor.
Mm-hmm.
And actually on the 7th of September, tutakuwa tunaperform na yeye.
Uh-huh.
So it's very special to me because it's the first person I ever wrote a song with. They were gospel songs. Both of them were gospel songs because we were in a Christian school back in primary. And they were, to say the least, they were terrible songs. But when I look back, I was like, yeah, at least kila mtu anzia mahali. Yeah, but I do remember, I even have the book where I wrote the song. Yeah, so we got to have for.
Can we have a taste of it?
No, no way, no way I'm saying.
Come on.
No way. There's no way on earth there's a ways of your voice in public. Maybe nikienda na pen down a bit differently, change a few melodies and all. But yeah, I was a kid, so yeah.
Okay, which was your first song that you really wanted people to hear?
It has to be the first song that I released. No. Yeah, it has to be that one. Nakungoja. I think Nakungoja was a song that I wrote out of like being in that state of like everything that I was saying in that song was something that was real to me. Like to unaandika for the sake of writing. So at first I never wanted people to hear it because it's something very, very personal. You don't go telling everyone what you're going through. But sasa ikafika time after I did that song for a while, and the feeling of sorrow from that song, because it's kind of a sad song. Yeah, it's you saying that you'll wait for someone regardless of where they go. So after niweze kudetach from the song, that's when I wanted people to hear it. Yeah.
Can you tell us about that song?
About that song?
What were you going through when writing Nakungoja?
It was a very it's young love. So I was infatuated with a lady friend of mine. Tukiwa watoto bado. I think I was 15 or 16. Yeah. And sasa tulikuwa tunaenda high school. So tukienda high school, nikienda shule 3 months, nikirudi tuko pamoja for like a month. Mimi sikuwa nipata simu hadi niko 18 because it's been a policy now in my mom's household that you don't get a phone until you're 18. So communication was really tough. So things just didn't work out. I grew up at tukaachana. But some nilikuwa na feel bado niko attached, And I was like, huyu nitamngoja tu. Like I just nitamngoja tu. And that was my mindset. And then I think now in 2017, my brother and I were schooling in the same school in high school. And he also likes music a lot and also has a nice ear for music. Came to me with I think with one of the lines from the chorus. I think it was usiende mbali na mimi wewe jua nakungoja. And then he came to me with that small mini and I was like, oh, funny, this actually relates. And then now from that I penned down the whole song. Yeah.
Can we have a taste of that song that my fellow Sims
Mm.
can sing?
Why to be?
Why to me wangoje?
Yeah, it's been a while actually since I sang that song. Usiende mbali na mimi, wewe jua na kungoja, usiku mchana na kuwaza, wamanyanda huyanza. Usiende mbali na mimi, cause the way that you make me feel inside. Hatimaye ukichoka, wewe jua na kungoja.
Sims watapenda hiyo.
Sims watapenda hiyo man. Because simping basa. Yeah.
Oh God. Okay. Who were your musical influences growing up?
Growing up from what time to what time? Like just growing up in general.
Let's say when you started noticing that you really like music and you like to pursue music.
I think my biggest influence was, now unfortunately, as I've said, I grew up with a lot of Western music. So blues, hip hop, and then soft rock. So my biggest influence out of all those three genres ilikuwa Ed Sheeran. I've listened to Ed Sheeran since I was 12 years old. That's when I had the first song that I had, and the first song that I had was Lego House. I love the song so much, and I was fascinated to vile. Unajua tu nilikuwa fascinated to vile anaopangia na vile anaandika. So that's how I felt. So since then I listened to a lot of Ed Sheeran in and out, and I started kind of like following that way of writing. Yes, and then now after that, ndio Afropop ikaanza kukuja, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm actually an African, and our music is doing really well. So I can actually fuse my way of writing to Afro. So that's where I got into kind of like Afro indie, Afro R&B type of music, Afro soul kind of music. Yeah, but I'd say Ed Sheeran, and as I grew up, I started listening to a lot of Sauti Soul and PM, and a lot of Burna Boy. Yeah, and I can say those are notable people. And right before I did my first single, I started listening to Kinoti. Also a Kenyan artist based up at Nairobi as well. Amazing artist. So it's a song that we did together, and that's why that song is very special to me as well, because it's from someone that I listened to and I was like, oh, nataka kuandika kama msee, you know, and I want to go to that level. So yeah.
That's really cute. So how would you describe your musical style?
I would describe my musical style as very experimental, yeah, and very honest. I find it easy. I don't know about other artists, but for me, I find it very easy writing about things that I've gone through, yeah, and I feel like that authenticity is what kind of like draws people to you. Whereby I'm not looking for words, I'm just saying what I feel. Yeah, and it's easier for people to relate with what you feel rather than when you doctor your words or your tunes to something else. Yeah, so I just think for the longest time I've communicated using music in terms of, and I've felt things using music in terms of, like for example, if you remember maybe 10 years ago, maybe ulikuwa place fulani, ulikuwa maybe, let's use, maybe ulikuwa super happy. Yeah. For me, that memory is associated with a couple of songs. Yeah, and it has always been like that. Time yenye nilikuwa sad, niko na time hizo mangoma. Time nilikuwa heartbroken, niko na hizo mangoma. Time nilikuwa na miss relatives wangu ama sister yangu ama brother yangu, niko na hizo mangoma. So for me, music has always been like a way of communicating. So every song of mine has a certain level of honesty and authenticity. Yeah, I just describe my music as honest.
Wow. We are going to stalk you and see how many times you sing dust on your songs.
Yeah, tomorrow vumbi man. Tomorrow vumbi sana.
What inspires your songwriting process?
I think as I've said, mostly nakunga experiences that I've gone through, but as I grew, came to understand that sometimes music is such a big tool. You know, like time nilikuwa naanza, I was just using it to express myself in a manner where siwezi kuambia kitu in person. So tu niandike wimbo, natakuwa nimechezea, you know, and me I'd be happy with that, whether you receive it or not. me, I'd feel like I've poured my heart out. I mean, but as I grew, I came to understand that music is such a big tool that in a manner that it changes how we view the world. Yeah. So that if you listen to a song about redemption and emancipating yourself from mental slavery or revolution, for example, the state that you're in another country, songs can be used. Inaweza tumiwa poa sana ku kind of like help people understand and view things differently. You see, so it's also the same for if you want to be, for example, if you're manifesting happiness in your life. Yeah, we hear people do a lot of these, or I'm manifesting good vibes, you're manifesting happiness and things like that. Songs can be used for that as well. And so at a time you may move from a place where I'm only writing about my experiences and my current state, and now I'm also writing about places where I want to be. You know, if I might not be in a happy relationship now, but I want to be in a happy relationship. And so I can be writing from a state of sadness, but my songs are very happy, positive song, and it kind of helps you get to that point. I think it's partly why I also call myself King Nasibi, because you are what you tell yourself every day. Yeah.
Wow. Can you share the story behind your collaboration with Kinoti and how you met him, and how you decided, you know what, this is what I want to write about with you?
I don't think I've ever shared that story actually.
Exclusive.
Yeah, so the day will be the first time. Let me start from how we met.
Yes.
Yeah? I might end up talking a lot because it's a very.
So you have the floor.
I love this part of my journey where I get to meet people that I've dreamed of working with, and now something comes out of it. Yeah. So I suddenly, in fact, it ends by people telling me that I have a similar style of writing and singing as Kinoti. That was when, before I even did any song. So like my friends too. And at that time, sikuwa nimesikia Kinoti before. Or sikuwa nimesikia purposefully. I had seen a couple of videos of him when I was in high school, but I didn't know it was Kinoti. Mimi nilikuwa najua tu, ni tu msanii fulani anaimba. Yeah? And at that time, I don't think I've come release any songs. So when I started my journey up 2020, 2021, I was writing a lot and trying to get feedback so that am I wasting my time or am I doing something that is legitimate? So a couple of friends of mine, like I think 4 different people that don't even know each other, would tell me, unajua Kinoti, by the way, naona ni kama naandika the same, ama hii mnaweza andika ngoma kali sana. And it was a lot of that. And hiyo time hata sikusikia Kinoti. Na nikasema Kinoti, acha ndiye nimsikie. So nikaenda nikasearch nikampata Kinoti, started listening to his music. I was like, wow, this is mad amazing, because it doesn't even sound like it's local. It just sounded like I didn't know there was such writing in Kenya. Actually at that time I wasn't consuming a lot of Kenyan content. Nilikuwa na consume mainstream. So nikienda nisikie kuna small artist mwenye anaanza, ama kuna an artist mwenye akona 2,000 listeners mwenye ana sound hivi, I was like, this is mad amazing. And now I also saw hope from that. Yeah, if people can see a similarity, it means that I can head towards that direction in 2 or so years. So when I released that first song of mine, I sent it to him on Instagram and kamwambia I wrote this song and I wanted your feedback on it. Of course, I could reply.
Kinoti.
I could reply. So you can see I'm on a completely different occasion. I was talking to someone else also in the industry, and nikaona ana follow Kinoti. Na wana follow yana la zone kama unaona Kinoti, because I sent him my song. I just wanted feedback. Umsaidia ku reply to that one. But tulikuwa tumeongea na yeye. But on that specific one I could reply. So I'm like, labda nasumbua watu. But I didn't think much of it. So mkaendelea na maisha yangu. So one day I see Kinoti ame like the post on that I posted my song on. Na ame comment like to flames, and I felt so proud, and then I've been followed. So I felt so proud. I was like, yes, this is good. We're on the right direction. And I think from upward, now that I've come and follow, even him replying to my DMs was updated. Yeah. So every time I got a performance, I wanted to go, but there was something else happening. I'm at a performance yangu. So coming from performance yangu, siwezi acha yangu niende kusikia yake. So finally kafika time yenye alikuwa na performance na nilikuwa free. So I decided to go. Na nikamtext nikamwambia I'll come, nini, I didn't expect him to reply but he did. I was like, oh nice, at least I'm acknowledged. So it was a very sika saisai Kinuti akienda gig watu watajaa. But at that time ilikuwa si kiasi sana. Hata tulikuwa tumefika watu 30. We were just a small setup in Lavington, place called Wama. So Kinuti was there and he was gonna perform. So right before he performed in Canada, there was a lady sitting next to him. Nikamwambia inaweza ongelesha rafiki yangu kidogo. So that was the first time I was meeting Kinuti. And so akaniambia, oh Nasibi, yeah. I was like, oh, anajua jina yangu. Mad. We're moving nice. So tukasalimiana. Nikamwambia nimekaa mkono bla 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 nikaenda tukakaa. Akaperform vipoa sana. Nikaenda nikamsalimia tena nikamwambia mwanzo ni bless, thank you very much. MC I think alikuwa host wa hiyo gig anaitwa is the same person who now told Kinuti to listen to my song. Aitwa Jesse. So Jesse akasema that now kuna open mic session. Yeah. Once again, very small setup. So nikasema this is a nice opportunity. Let me go and sing. Nikaimba the second song that I released called Stay. At that time, it's called release. And the way that I released it is a bit more jumpy. At that time, I was singing it very slow and very acoustic. Which, as you may notice, is kind of like direction yenye ngoma za Kinuti zinakuanga. So nikaimba hiyo ngoma. The minute I started, it's time to leave, stay, cause you know I wanna do this again. Kinuti akatani hivi akaniangalia akaniuliza hiyo ngoma ni yako. So he's from the crowd, he's asking me, and I nodded, and then nikaendelea kuimba. So nikaimba sang only that one song, I think. I sang two. Yeah. So nikaimba hiyo ngoma. Vile naimba Kinuti yako hapo, now that Chile that was next to him at Tess yako hapo as well, wanna wave, and then there's this actor that was also there called Mugambi. Wanna wave like there was such a nice audience. And then tukamaliza, so mimi nikakaa kwa maliza Kinuti alikuwa. Kinuti akaniambia manzio ngoma iko poa sana, uliandika hiyo so tukaanza kushare how I wrote the song, when did I write the song, blah blah blah. Now after sharing that, Kinuti took my number and told me, kazi safi sana, we need to work together. And I remember his words. He said, we need to work together. It's a need. We need to work together. That was in 2022. Yeah. So I text. So I had Kinuti's number. Once again, we are moving on swiftly. So tukaendelea tu na maisha. We did a gig together in 2022. We hadn't written together yet. And then during one of our sessions, he used to come to my place. I used to go to his place tunaandika mdogo too. But I think we were just sharing, like, so for example, kama yako na ngoma angeonyesha ngoma yake, you know, and then me get some feedback. Kiasi sema ina sound poa, hii sound poa, toa hii, weka hii, fanya hii, and he does the same for my music. And then kafika hiyo time yenye tulipatana together, and then no, after we didn't say we were going to write together. Hiyo time tulipatana tena, we were just sharing music, and then he played that song. It was so he played the chorus, and I was like, this is the most beautiful song I've ever had in my life. And I told him, I don't me was the sit down play kitu kama ni poa. I was like, man, this has to be the best song I've ever had in my life. And he was like, manzi niliandika in a very terrible state, so you can have it. Unipatia ngoma. Yeah. So me nikasema manze, this is a blessing. So nikachukua nikaanza kuandika. I wrote over 5 verses for that song. Hakuna yenye inaingia. Naandika hii verse nasikia ina sound vibaya kwa. Naandika verse nyingine nasikia ina sound vibaya. Naandika verse nyingine hadi finally I found the verse. And before I found the verse, there's like a point in time nilikuwa give up. And then we met with Kinuti, and then Kinuti akaniambia, "Hiyo wimbo unaiandikia ama niichukue?" Nikamwambia, "Zizi usichukue." Then naikalia, just give me some time. And then now after that conversation, the next verse that I wrote was it. So after niandike hiyo verse, nikamtumia kumwambia, "I hope sijabucha wimbo yako. Like, I hope I'm doing it justice." Akanipigia akasema, "Mzee, umeandika wimbo poa, anapenda vile vitu zimeenda blah 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 blah." And I was like, kama ina sound poa, si basi tuifanye pamoja, because initially it was your song, so I'm pretty sure this is your style. It's not even something new. And that's how it happened. So tukaanza kushare kuandika pamoja. We met a couple of times. Tukaanza kuandika, tukaingia studio, There we have it.
Can we hear it?
Mshasikia, nataka kusikia tena bwana. Ai bwana, sauti
Chorus?
mtanimalizia sauti. Mta playback. Yeah. But it has to be one of the best songs I've ever worked on.
Yeah.
For very many reasons that I've explained.
So your upcoming event
Mm-hmm.
into the Nasibi. How do you say it right?
Yeah, you're good. Yeah.
It is highly anticipated.
Mm-hmm.
What can fans expect from this live experience?
Yeah, I think first of all, you should expect one of the best performances that you'll ever see from me, because I have really worked on the event itself in terms of organizing, and also worked on how I'm going to deliver my music to you. This the EP, which has kind of like fueled that. The EP that I'm releasing, actually I'm releasing it on 30th, and then the event is on 2nd. So the EP that I'm releasing has actually fueled that event in itself. Even though without the EP, I think an event. And EP, I felt like I was very vulnerable when I was writing it, and the songs that are there, and the delivery as well. So there is a lot of growth from the last time I performed on stage. So right now it's going to be something completely different. And I'll also have the pleasure of performing I Love You Too with Kinoti as well. It's the first time we're performing since 2022. So as well, 2022, 2 years later, it's just going to be one of the best performances ever. Prepare yourself to sing your heart out, because that's all we're going to do.
Wow. Are there any new songs or projects you're currently working on?
I'm working on a couple of new songs, other than the one in the EP. So the EP has a couple of songs that you all haven't listened to. So I Love You Too was kind of like Forana. It is my John the Baptist, to the EP. So that's one thing that you and I is and now I'm not working on another project yet, but I have a couple of singles that I really want to share. Some singles that didn't make it to the EP. Yeah.
Alright. We know that you're also into athleticism.
Yes.
How do you balance your fitness and your fitness routine in your music career?
I mean, I think the only time in nasikia nimekuwa sana ni during his planning anything. But normally fitness and taking care of my health is just part of it. The same way utakula sapa. The same way me, I have to do something to take care of my body. It might be running, it might be skipping, it might be going to the gym. Yes, it's just those small things. I don't necessarily do it intensively. I just do it consistently. Yeah, so that is just part of me.
Oh, I need that discipline. Yeah. I've been planning to go to the gym for the last 3 years.
Oh, 3 years.
Okay. Do you find that maintaining physical fitness impacts your performance and creativity?
It definitely does. Because now, my current state, my state in terms of how I feel. Let me tell you, actually, siku zenye mi huenda gym, ama mi workout, I usually feel happy. I feel like I've done something. Siku yenye naenda gym, na nirudi, na nisifanye kitu ingine, and I'll be happy with myself. Because the most important thing for me is taking care of myself. I'll be in this body for the rest of my life. I may not be a musician for the rest of my life. I may not be a landscape architect for the rest of my life. I may not even have my voice for the rest of my life. But for sure, as long as I breathe, nitakuwa mwili. So anytime I do take care of my body, I feel very happy. Na hiyo happiness, na hiyo motivation, I feel very motivated. Your motivation in a breathe life into now my writing and even performance. So we took our performance, especially people have never seen me perform like the big performances of dance na kuruka. But when I get to that level, which I am gonna be there very soon, when you're at that level, fitness is compulsory. So see at the option at you have to be fit so that you perform before, especially people who do live music. So what's our playback, wanaweza afford kunyamaza alafu iimba hapo nyuma. But mtu anaimba live hivi, fitness is a must.
I need gas.
Utaji gas, utaishiwa hewa uanze kuimba vibaya, ushinde kudance. So sana shangaa umekuja kufanya nini.
So what's your typical day when you're not in studio or performing?
Actually very simple. I don't wake up early. I'm not an early riser. I have tried. Nimejaribu.
I've met my people.
Yes, asante. Nimejaribu. I did it in high school, but after high school, that was one of the last times. So what works for me is I work into the night. So I work into the night, and then naamka masaa yangu ya saa 3. And then nikiamka saa 3, I go to the gym. After I go to the gym, I come back, I eat heavily, like the way I am. Nakula vizuri, I ensure that my body is nourished. And then most of the times I like songwriting in the morning. So at least in the morning and in the evening, so that me feel like I've done a lot during the day rather than one intensive session. So in the morning I don't do a lot. It's just vituka kuimba, guitar, and I focus on things that don't require emotional input sana. Yeah. And then usiku is when I do the emotional input kind of thing. On the side, I also do a lot of freelance projects in terms of landscape architecture and design in general. So things like graphic design videos, like the video for the visualizer for I Love You Too. I'm the one who did it. The posters that you're seeing right now, my cover art, even the cover art for the video, So during the days when I was doing fine, I also really enjoy playing chess. So whenever I find an opportunity, I just play against myself with us now. I tried teaching someone, but hakushika. Yeah. So my day is mostly gym na kuimba, and that usually does it for me. Gym, kuimba na kukula. Yeah.
If you could collaborate with any artist in the world, who would it be and why?
In the world, Ed Sheeran.
Yeah.
Definitely be Ed Sheeran. And the reason I'm saying Ed Sheeran is because he's a bit beyond my reach right now. Okay? And also because he's influenced my music a lot. Without Ed Sheeran kuandika vile aliandika, I'm not sure I can give a musician. So yeah, it's kind of like the genesis of it all. Other artists that I would like to collaborate with, nikawa pia nataka collaborate na Bien vibaya sana, but at least najua Bien is naweza mfikia.
Akisikia hii lazima
hapo tu hapa naweza. Tunaweza piga hata ngoma next month tukitaka. Yeah. But
okay, let me give you top 5.
So 5.
Say Ed Sheeran and then Bien.
Ed Sheeran, Bien, Burna Boy. Kinoti alikuwa kwa list, but Shaq was your who else would I like to collaborate with? I really, which might be people might not believe, but I really like rap music. Like in another life, mini rapper. Yeah. And very soon terms of like raps. But anyway, that's besides the point. I'd like to collaborate with Dave. You can imagine Dave. Dave is one of these UK rappers. Really good. Really mad good. I can advise his given. Yeah, so I'd say how and Nikita.
Okay. Hakuna kasichana.
No. I think I've been in a room once where Nikita was recording a song, and it was a nice session. We wrote together, blah. But I think it is one thing to hear mtu akiimba like kwa simu na kusikia live. Yes, 2 different things, man. So yeah, I think I had a life and it was like, wow, this is amazing. Yeah.
Let's talk about those females. Give me your top 5 female artists in Kenya.
Top 5?
Yes.
I'll start with Nikita.
Yeah.
Especially right now, because at least Naona, there's a small period of time where she was not releasing a lot. But I can't really remember. So yeah, Nikita I think is number 1 for me. I like I like Zinia Manase.
Yes. Oh, but
I
yes.
like Zinia Manase. And this is in no particular order actually.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
the more I think about it, the more naanza kuchanganyikia.
Mm.
So Nikita, Zinia, Mutaka.
Mhm.
I don't know if you know Mutaka. She has a nice, when I listen to her song, I feel her song. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I feel her song. I feel her talking to me. You know, I feel those things that she's singing.
Mm.
I also like Bridget Blue.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I really like her voice, and I like how she also does her collaboration. She has a really nice way of doing collaborations. Um, um, who else have I not mentioned? Nikiangalia playlist yangu. Um, I would say Lisa Odwall, but Lisa sijakuwa nikimsikia sana for a long period of time. Nimeanza kumsikia sana. Like I started listening to her albums juicy too. So I have a very small sample size to choose from. But I really like, and the reason why I'm saying Lisa is that there was, what was it called? Something organized by Spotify and Colors. Was it last year? It was Spotify Tantalizers session. So they invited various artists together. So before now other artists were invited, kulikuwa na they had a nice session where walikuwa wanaandika, so it was artists from different countries coming together alafu wanaandika. So kwa hiyo panel yenye walikuwa wanaongea hapo hivyo, sasa vile sisi tulikuja, Lisa Odwall was there, Zinia was there, and I had Lisa Odwall talking. I was like, she's a very smart lady. So other than her music, I really like her mindset. It's something that I would like to adopt.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, Mandy or Saru?
Najua Saru ni wa kurap sana. I think
Na
Mandy.
Mandy pia so.
No, I think Mandy. Yeah. Yeah, though I don't listen to their music religiously.
Yes.
Yeah, but if I was to choose, yeah.
What's the most memorable performance you've ever had so far?
I think my most memorable performance was my first performance. And the reason it was memorable wasn't even because of how I performed, because I performed terribly actually for the first time. But the feeling that I felt, like it was just amazing. Seeing all these people from the corner, you know, and the love that is there, and I just felt the support. Yeah. So for me, it one of the best days of my life actually. Because I think that's when I realized that I'm actually doing something. I can actually do now.
Nice. Are you taken?
Yes, very, very taken.
How did you meet her?
Once again, props to Kinoti.
Hey, Kinoti yawa.
Kinoti no Chico. They did a song together called Like You.
Who and who?
Kinoti and Ochiko.
Who's that?
Yeah. So Ochiko is just an artist to be a car to see it.
Okay.
So they did a song together. Do I remember should be 2022 or 20, I think 2022. They did a song together called Like You. Off Ochiko's EP. And it is and still is a very beautiful song. So they did it mara ya kwanza, mimi nikasikia. I remember I was there for the listening party, so nikasikia tukabambika blah blah. And then I can't remember how long after. After a while, they decided to do a shoot together for the song, and they wanted extras. So mimi nikadecide nataka kuenda, because now Kinoti ni msee wangu, Ochiko pia ni boys wangu. Sasa wacha niende nione vile vitu zina because it's also nice for me to benchmark, because at that time I hadn't done any clip. So ukisikia kuna clip mahali unaweza kwa extra ishie uangalie vile vitu ziko. So nikaenda, and that's why I met her.
Tell us how.
Hiyo sasa ndio mtajua nani. Hiyo mtajua siku nyingine. Mtajua kwa wedding. Yeah, tuseme tu Kinoti na Ochiko alieka shoot. Alafu mimi nikapata mtu hapo. So and finally I think the song goes, once so many times I've loved, I found no one like you. Yeah.
Where do you see yourself in your music career in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years,
Mm-hmm.
I see myself as I would just love to say that I see myself as someone who's grown massively from where I am today. I don't want to put a limit to myself because I'm pretty sure I can do way more than what I'm thinking about right now, and that's how I want to keep it. I just want to grow every day. Yeah. So I know one thing for sure is that I won't stop working. I won't stop grinding. So in the next 5 years, nitakuwa nimesonga. Yeah.
Wow. What message do you hope to convey through your music?
To my music, a lot. I would like to be that shoulder you can lean on. Yeah. I would like to be that person you call when you're feeling happy and when you're feeling sad. I feel like that's what music is for. It's for comforting. It's for informing. It's for helping those who might not be understood. Yeah. Sometimes that's how it was for me, and I feel like that's how I want it to be for others. At times when I couldn't express what I'm feeling, songs would understand, and songs written by strangers would understand more than even people close to me. Yeah, and when I had something to say, singesema vizuri hivi tukiongea unaona, I would mumble, I would stammer, I would lose my words, I would stop talking, I would hide a few things, But when I got the opportunity to write and express my feelings, I would say everything and even more. So for me, I want my songs to be that for other people. Can you listen to my song when you're sad, and can you find comfort in it? Can you listen to my song when you're happy, and can you find happiness in it as well?
As you wind up in this cold season,
Seems weird. Simple.
please bless our hearts with warmth by singing guitar.
Yeah, actually that song hiyo wimbo niliandika last 2022 a time like this, okay, July masaa ya baridi, and then I released 2023 July masaa ya baridi. Yeah, so it was a very purposeful song. Yeah.
I think it would serve the purpose if we could,
I really wish we found
guitar. I know.
Yeah, but it's okay. Acha niambie chorus. Acha ninywe maji kwanza.
Sawa.
Acha ninywe maji. Cause it's cold outside alone tonight, nakitanda ni baridi. I'll try to fight, baby, you let me in. Nataka nikushike mkono, but you keep pushing me away. All the ice inside your soul will make me go away. Jukitanda ni baridi. Oh no, 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 no. Oh, jukitanda ni baridi.
Wow. Thank you very much for having us.
Thank you for having me.